welcome everyone. This is the last match of the season. NemesisEP versus Luxury. And yeah, so a very good match, of course. Two of the best players in the world, and pretty curious how this game will turn out. Nemesis is a new chooser. Luxury is still having the same for years, so let's see. Nemesis on the left, Luxury on the right, and yeah, looks pretty standard now. Some Roach, Marine, some Marauders here. Don't know if they're too useful in that early, but seems to do alright. Really gone for a single set after his double. That's a bit uncommon. We'll see how this will turn out. He will get a bit of damage on the bunker, but yeah, obviously the sand will just die off. It doesn't look intended though. Three roses are doing absolutely nothing here. These are missing in this sand, so we'll see. Following up with some zealots and infested terrains. That will take care of this force here pretty easy. But, yeah, Nemesis will just counter with helmets, I guess. But let's see. Yeah, helmet roach. Maybe some marines or stalkers. Stalkers with sentries is alright. See how it looks really will respond to this. Don't know if this will. The gap between those two sands was pretty big, but yeah, he got the defender's advantage, so he will be alright. Not losing too much here. His bunker didn't take any damage. It was actually, but that's not that much. So nothing crazy happening this early here. Both players are just solid to lose their bunker that early. If both players play standard, so I guess this game will take a while. Especially Luxury is pretty good in late game Nemesis as well. And it's a best of 3, so someone might try to surprise someone with some all-in or bunker rush or stuff like that, but there's nothing you would expect from them usually. But it can be nice to just surprise the opponent. And most players are just too good to get thrown off by this, I think. It's a pretty big force here actually. The Marauders are going to do a lot of damage here to the bunker. I don't know if that's enough to hold it off. With the reinforcements it should be enough though. But his bunker is oh, what? Bunker rush. Just what I just talked about. Yeah, he just got the bunker pretty low and then nuked, so Nemesis didn't have enough time to respond, because if you just nuke and the bunker has still maybe 6,000 hit points, you have still like a couple of seconds to react and nuke back, but yeah, this was just very fast. So if you are at the same position here, just watching the fight, you might be able to pull it off in time, but yeah, if you just stay here and preparing your spawns, we will just use the bunker as he did. So following up with some lurkers and benches here. It looks pretty scary. The income advantage is also pretty nice though. It's not that big if you lose your bunker at 4 minutes, but as you see, 1000 to 1200 is pretty big. It's it's like 600 minerals extra. So can make the difference, and it will, because yeah, that snowball's just pretty crazy if you don't be careful. So yeah, he will defend this with a lot of banshees and some raids to kill the other banshees off. And but already next wave on the way here. A bit spread out, so I don't know if that will do to that well. The aberrations will just die after the banshees here. The units are pretty lined up, so the splash damage will do a lot of work here. So yeah, I think he will defend this, but we will be behind that income. Basically for the whole game is Luxury doesn't do some Odin pushes or stuff like that which screws up the income. So if Nemesis manages to get to the late game without taking any more damage, he will be fine though, because then the income starts to even out. And the income decay kicks in. So he should be able to do that, but yeah, Luxury don't know what he plans to do. Maybe he will just get his heroes out a bit earlier and try to overrun them. It's a possibility. Because with the higher income you will be able to get your heroes like 1 or 2 waves earlier than usual. But yeah, Nemesis should be able to read the situation and bank up some minerals as well. So it's pretty obvious if someone tries to go for early heroes, because they just make some low tier units at like 10k income or so. That's pretty obvious if you know how to read it, of course, but he definitely knows how to do that. So we'll see. So most players staying on tier 1 units still. Mixing some tier 2 with banshees and scourge, of course, but that's not too bad. You don't lose any income, or only a little bit from this, so it's fine. And Luxury is already almost 3k, Nemesis is now as well, so you have to make units from here to not keep overmans. So Nemesis here for with a lot of air, some Vikings, banshees and scourge. Might do alright, because there's not that much anti-air from Luxury here. The tanks are pretty exposed, and the Vikings are just getting overwhelmed by the other Vikings. Oh, he's getting aggressive on this zone here. Don't know if he's in the position to do that. If you look at the income, Luxury already got 700 advantage here. So he has about 2000 minerals more available percent. But as I said, the snowball's pretty hard, because yeah, of course you can make more units, which results in more income, so more units, more income, stuff, you know. Like he will be at 10k income and Nemesis will be at 9 or 8.5 probably. If he keeps playing income efficient. Of course doesn't make any Odins or stuff like that. So it looks pretty good for Nemesis. Void Rays are pretty good with Scourge, because if you can clean up the Vikings or Corruptors or stuff like that, they are just dealing a lot of damage, especially to armored units here. But yeah, that's just too much from Luxury, so let's see. Pretty standard unit combos here. That's the typical tier 3 unit combos. Now I'm banking up some minerals here, so no early heroes incoming, I guess. Not that early. Yeah, we can get heroes at 10k income, but that's pretty all in usually, because you won't be able to replace them, and if your opponent already banked up some money and nukes your heroes, then you might be forced to nuke back and you didn't want anything. Because you can't replenish your heroes usually after that, so let's see. Luxury banking up some minerals is at 3k on the bank. I guess we continue to stack up some money to get his heroes out. No, this doesn't have only 1k on the bank. Let's see. Now he starts to get up some money too. Luxury will be able to get his heroes out next wave if he wants to. Curious if he wants to do that. One important thing to keep in mind is that he used his nuke to get the bunkers that early, so he's down one nuke. That might be an issue later on if he isn't be able to apply enough pressure to force another nuke out. But, it looks like he's going to a double wave heroes here. Nemesis will get out his own heroes. Maybe in time. It's gonna be close now. He doesn't have enough for heroes this wave, so he has to back up exactly 5k, which he does. So he can get his heroes out as well. So let's have a look here. It's Kerrigan, Respawn, and Daka. Daka usually decides to nuke the heroes, which is fine, because he is up one nuke and he can afford it. Luxury banked up enough money to replenish his heroes, which is pretty nice. So you can just max them again and not, like, as I mentioned, fall behind. Because you can't deal with heroes with common units usually. So, see how this hero fight here goes. Most players don't have enough kills to get their hero talents. So they are unbuffed now. It looks like Luxury will take this hero fight with his support here. Yeah, pretty convincingly. Nemesis has enough to remake his heroes. They have more health, but yeah, he doesn't have that much support here. So we'll see how this goes. Hunters are pretty nice, but only 3. You could get one more out with his bank, but yeah, that will be enough here. Oh, will it be? This one is going to die soon. Yeah, with 3 heroes. You will hold that off rather easy. And let's see. Most players still sitting at 30%, didn't get any upgrades though. And apparently my phone is ringing. I'm gonna take a short break. Sorry for that. My mom keeps calling me when I'm playing games, so don't know how she always does that. So I'm pretty out, so let's see. Luxury has his heroes up, right? No, these heroes are dead. Post players. Nukes are even. So looks pretty fine. Getting a lot of stone zealots here. So, and they're pretty good against heroes, and Luxury just nukes them down. Nemesis nukes back. Yeah, no way he can hold this without a nuke, so Luxury looking to get his talents going as it looks. Nemesis still at 30%. So speed. Going for hero speed on all 3 and Luxury as well, I think. Yeah. Don't know if Tassada is that useful in late game, but Yeah, you can switch heroes for free now, so he might just swap him out for maybe, yeah, I don't know, Artemis or stuff like that. Leviathan is also fine. But at the moment he's doing well, but we'll see. Luxury got his call time. Right. Let's have a look at his choices. So he got call fire, 1 call energy, and 1 call time. So 1 of them. Don't know if Nemesis already got his talents. His abilities doesn't look like it. Yeah, he's still at 30%. So that's a huge disadvantage actually, because you can't counter a call time. And Luxury just nukes it. You might have to nuke back. Or maybe not. A lot of Storm Guardians here though. Oh, that's going to be close. I think he might be able to get his heroes out in time, but I don't. Yeah, he will. Very well done, but yeah, he's up 1 nuke now, so it's not in a bad spot actually. Luxury just seems to love the Swarm Guardians. I don't play them usually, but they can be quite good, I guess, if you can protect them from Vikings, because that's an obvious weakness of them, since they can't attack air, and as you see, they die pretty quickly. The incomes is God's even again, so yeah. Luxury doesn't have the advantage anymore. He couldn't make any use of it in the early game. He forced a nuke out, but he was Storm or nuke anyway, so that didn't really matter. But at least he got that disadvantage out of the way. And yeah, looks like we're going to a longer game here now. Nemesis is still sitting at 40%, really lacking these upgrades here. Might be an issue, he didn't. Still no talents, right? Yeah. This army will get cleaned up by this Tassada here. The call time. Oh, actually, he dies pretty fast. Swarm guns are pretty good, I guess. 1000 damage and the Brutling attacks. Brutlings attacking the base here. Bringing it pretty low. And he will lose his hero fight maybe. His base, he should start to repair his base here. Got pretty low for some reason. Yeah, they are. Maybe some static defense wouldn't be better as well. Oh, looks like just goes for it and finishes this game. The base is pretty low. And yeah, that was game 1. We're gonna go to a short break and then start with game 2. So be right back. With game 2. Luxury is up 1-0 after his bunker rush and trying it out in the late game still. They are just nuking Nemesis army, getting his base, which was actually very low, and yeah. So let's see how it turns out in game 2, if he wants to bunker rush again. Probably not, but we'll see. Only Marines here on Nemesis side. Don't like it too much, this gets really fucked up by Halberds. But yeah, Luxury doesn't play that many Halberds, so it might be fine. some early stalkers. Pretty good against roaches, I guess. There's some reapers. No helmets on Luxury side so far. They're pretty good against reapers, so you would have liked to see some of them. His army just gets cleaned up by this, so it's good. But the reinforcements here will deal with this. Nemesis will have a double wave now, so. Right. Still no helpets, despite that many reapers here, but let's see. This army dies off pretty fast as well. The stalkers are just too good against armored units, but so are zealots against stalkers, so it's alright. Bunker didn't take any significant damage. And the bunker rushes again. Oh, that's quite funny. I think I haven't seen him bunker rushing ever. Or at least not 2 times in a row. And yeah, this time Nemesis just nukes back. So he won't lose his bunker early. Not sure if I like the single wave here. Maybe he wants to pressure a bit more. Bunker is down to half of his HP, but as that army won't do anything here. Nemesis will get a double wave against a single wave here. And just slaughter that army. So, looks really going for some lockers. It's pretty good against the reapers here. Not so good against the stalker marauder. Yeah, stalkers and marauders are pretty counter to lurkers. Only 8 remaining here. It's still a good number. So yeah, more lockers is also an appropriate counter, I guess. Especially if you follow with some stalkers, so banshees won't do that much damage here. Yeah, the stalkers will be able to deal with them that are not that many banshees. If we get like 20 banshees or stuff, then it can be pretty dangerous, but yeah, it's not even 10, so it should be fine. And he's getting his own banshees here. He decides to deal with the banshees with stalkers. But yeah, might be enough stalkers here. But yeah, that can backfire pretty hard if you make not enough stalkers. Then the banshees will clean up the stalkers and start to damage your bunker, which is obviously not good. So safer is definitely to make some scourge. But yeah, stalker give you a little bit more value. With scourge, just die off after they kill the banshees. If you make too many squads, the remaining ones are pretty useless. So I like stalkers, but if there are too many banshees, then stalkers don't do anything as well. The operation not doing that much here, but reinforcements will do the job. Lurkers and banshees are pretty scary to deal with both at the same time. Of course, you need completely different units to counter them. Like marauders for lurkers and scourge for banshees at this point. Stalkers are not that good against this combo because they just die to the lurkers if you have enough lurkers. see. Hello, stalkers here from Nemesis. I don't know if it's gonna. No, it's definitely not enough to deal with all the banshees here. Or is it? No, like 20 banshees or stuff like that. It's just too much. Splash damage is really comes in. You just one-shot stalkers. If you have like 10 banshees shooting at one. Here's a Scourge to help getting the stalkers out of, and still really like the lurkers, I guess. Don't agree with making banshees here when there's still Scourge alive. They just die for free. So maybe some of your own Scourge to kill the banshees off. Pretty difficult to pull off because you have to be aware of that here and getting a spawns at the right time as well. So let's see, does he get the bunker here? Banshee's dealing a lot of damage. It looks like the bunker will be alive here. Just barely, 300 hit points. Getting some tanks here, which is really nice. If you can keep them alive, they deal a lot of damage. Like if you get a gut number like 10, that's very nice. But yeah, you have to follow it up with some single waves or something like that, because otherwise you just die to air units like Wardrays or banshees, or just get overwhelmed. Because if they are alone, they don't do anything. You have to protect them. But if you can do this, they are pretty awesome. Shouldn't get too many tanks though, because they are blocking your units. It's pretty difficult to make them work properly, because the siege time and the unsiege time is pretty high at the moment. So you have your tanks and they siege up, and they fire, and your army continues to move forward. Your tanks are just behind and arrive when they come, when the fight is already over. Looks pretty standard here. No one is getting a big income advantage. It was just play income efficient so far. Yeah, pretty even here. As you see, it was at 7,200 income. So. Yeah, at this stage in the game it's just making just these units here, and yeah, don't get pinned back to your base usually, because if you get heroes out, don't want them to fight all the daughter units here if you're still sitting at your base. But yeah, also it allows you, if you just have to defend against the army, it allows your opponent to sit back a bit and maybe get his heroes out a bit earlier, and yeah, of course you don't want that. So 10k income on both sides here. They might start up to bank up some units here. There's some minerals to get their heroes. Yeah. Always having 3k on the bank, so pretty they're dead even here in this game so far. Having the same bank nearly, and Luxury has enough minerals to get his heroes out next wave. See if he, yeah, gets the hacker. Only the hacker though. We did a lot of work against these units here. See, and here are the remaining 2 heroes. It's alright to split these heroes, I guess, because it prevents them to get nuked all at once. That's pretty smart if you're in a position to do that. Of course, if you are up against 3 heroes, you want to make use at one time, because you split them up, your first hero will just get slaughtered, and the other 2 will get it as well. So Carrion gets pulled in here, so she might die pretty fast here. Both players don't have hero talent so far. Let's see. With this got Tassada, the Kerrigan, and Artanis. Luxury got the Haga, Kerrigan. Rory again. I think he got the same heroes last time. It looks like he will win this hero fight pretty convincingly. I know this is already getting those the heroes again, so he's in decent shape, I guess. He has better support here with the stone zealots here and some Odins. Luxury only has the tier 3 units here. Don't think that will be enough. Just getting a pretty awkward vortex here, catching his own units. Yeah, that's why I still don't like Artanis. Like the mothership cores are nice, they're a bit better against the Archons, I think. But there's a vortex, can just screw you up pretty hard. As you see, without the vortex, he would already have won the hero fight, I think. And yeah. And of course, it forces out detector heroes, of course. If you don't have a detector against Artanis, you're pretty screwed. But since 3 heroes have detection, you usually have at least one in your combo, so I think Rory has detection, yeah, so it's fine. And because I had to nuke the heroes here, it's a bit surprising, I don't know. I think Luxury might able to defend this without nuking by himself, maybe. Especially only 3 tanks here, static defense. We see if that's enough. The call time is pretty nice here. That might turn the tides in this fight here. Does have only 2 heroes here though. But he's still winning this fight, but there are only 5 seconds remaining to the next spawn, so he will get his own heroes out as well. It's still gonna be a tough hold. You know. Yeah, he will hold it pretty easy, I think. Yeah. Don't know if that nuke was too. It allowed him to get some upgrades, I guess. Well, he just got upgrades on one chooser. No, he got on just on the second chooser. He just didn't get any upgrades. He's still at 50%, while he's at 70 as others. Don't know if that was intended. Looks to be 50% on all choosers. Let's see, Nemesis got. It's got 1 call time and 1 call energy so far. Missing on this first chooser. Luxury got. I didn't get the talent so far. The abilities rather. What? Guess got 14k minutes on the bank, so yeah, he's getting his talents now. So let's see what he got. So call fire, 1 call energy, and 1 call time. Just like the previous game. So did he finally get? Yeah, Nemesis running 2 call energies, 1 call time. That can be pretty good, especially if the game goes longer on Sun Death, for example, then call energy is pretty huge. I usually run 2 call times and 1 call energy, but yeah, both is fine, I think. Two call energy is a bit better in late game, as I already mentioned, but 2 core times can be pretty devastating. Because you core time the heroes, and when your heroes got core timed, and you can just have one more. But of course, you can counter with your con energy if you have some. So it's pretty even, I think. This is a bit down in income, but it doesn't matter that much at this stage of the game, because the income decay will just keep it just fluctuating. This is gonna allow support here. We'll kill these heroes off here, only carrying and remaining. There's the next one. Yeah, what I would have done is nuke this and make Urons. I think most players know this, but it was a pretty good opportunity because you could catch all of the opponent's units, Luxury's units, and you just got your send off, so might be able to force 2 nukes out of him by only spending 1. But it's pretty risky if you do it wrong, then it can really screw you up, just waste the nuke. A lot of storm guardians again, you know. And some more hunters were doing a lot of work against the heroes here. Tenants, Nemesis at 85, Luxury as well, so they're gonna be maxed out soon. This game seems to go a bit longer than the previous one. Oh, Nemesis got his outpost, missed that. Has to defend it, so yeah, pretty nice. Luxury doesn't have his one so far. His heroes are pretty split up here. Atan is still fighting there, while other heroes are there cleaning up tanks. But yeah, a little bit dice off too. Repairing this Artanis, yes. This outpost is pretty huge because you can push, apply a lot of pressure with this. Especially if you go for some Urum or Hybrid Reaver play. Like if you just nukes this wave with heroes, maybe, I don't know, he's gonna do that, because he will nuke his own heroes as well. Let's see if we can take this right. Oh yeah, a lot of Vikings actually pretty good from the outpost here, because they arrive a lot faster. But yeah, that won't do anything against the heroes here. But yeah, stuff like that can really screw you up in sudden death if you get a lot of Vikings. You don't have an answer for it, your base just dies. And a lot of Odins here, no heroes. Oh, maybe I would have spawned heroes first, I think, because the Odins are not good against heroes alone, usually. But most of them stay alive, so it's alright, I assume. Doesn't have his upgrades completed here. Luxury doesn't have either, so maybe they should do that. It's not that much of minerals now. Just have to get 2 tenant points, I think, to be maxed. Oh, it's pretty nice to get this done. Yeah. Luxury doesn't get an opportunity to get his outpost going here. It's just constantly pressured by Nemesis. And yeah, it costs 25,000 minerals here again, of course, and yeah, you're missing one wave on one chooser. That can be pretty big as well. So usually what to do is that if you are in an advantage, then you can just get your outpost going without any risk. And he's defending pretty good as well here. Nemesis is now maxed on upgrades. Looks really missing 5% or 1 dino point. This game takes a lot longer than the previous one. know if the Peppies are that good against the two heroes here. Didn't do anything. And I got 3 heroes here versus 2 and more support versus 1 hero now. So he's alright. Okay, a lot of audience here again. With some heroes on that harness. That Kerrigan is actually getting pretty strong, I guess. Yeah, she has 400 extra attack. Because she got a new ability, Borrow. And when she dies and you get her back, she gets a buff on armor and damage. Which can be pretty huge, as you see. And he didn't even get damage on her. So... let's see, Nemesis has a huge force here. Still all his 3 of his heroes alive. That can be quite difficult in Luxury to defend. But he only has a single wave, so I don't know if he can hold this off. No, I don't think he will. He has to nuke here, I guess. Yeah. But still some Odin survive, but I guess the tanks will clear that up. It's pretty nice. The nuke count is even again. It's outpost really paying off for Nemesis here. Just get hits here, get his units in a lot faster. And let's see, getting a Rainer here, I think. He wasn't there in the previous wave. And a couple of call times going down here. And it looks like Nemesis hero combo is just a bit better here. Just winning every hero fight. Luxury might have to nuke again here. It should be prepared. They can nuke now to catch all of his units here. Yeah, he does. I might have considered to shield my units here. Just to apply some more pressure. Because if your units are shielded, they can't get nuked obviously, so... yeah, but it's alright, he's up on nuke now. Can buy a second one, I think. Luxury can buy another one. Which he should do. As soon as possible. Yeah. Hello. That's a lot of stanza that's here. Yeah. Well, that's not that good against the Vikings. Oh, that's not looking good for Luxury here. If he doesn't buy any nuke, he won't be able to get rid of his army. Missing Morris 1 here with his nuke. Luxury is starting to shield because his base starts to take damage. Does he buy a nuke here? Oh, still not. No, he doesn't have to at this position, but he should get it as soon as possible. Because Nemesis, did he bought it? No, I think it's still his first nuke. He's 1 nuke up, so that makes sense, but... yeah, that's definitely not looking good here. He's down his shield as well, so Nemesis can just shield 3 times in a row here and just kill the base. Because Luxury can counter 2 shields with his own, but at the 3rd shield, we just space will just die because he can't nuke if he buys the nuke. So maybe he could have won this push here, but he doesn't have to. He has enough time. He's not under pressure here with that big advantage. Looks like he will tie his heroes up. We're going to his 3rd game. Nemesis winning the hero fight again with 3 heroes alive. And yeah, I think that's the end. I don't think he will wait 1 wave longer. Luxury has to shield again, and Nemesis still sitting on 3 shields and 1 nuke. So yeah, he doesn't even need to use those, I guess, to win this game, as it looks. Yeah, and his base is down, so there's nothing he can do with that big of disadvantage. Good game. And now the series is tied up and we have to go to game number 3, so see you after the wreck. Come back, so to game number 3, and we will get Nemesis to cast the third game as well. Will be pretty fun, I guess. So let's do it.
Game resumed.
Hello.
Hello. So, how does it feel to get bunker rush 2 times in a row?
Well, I gotta be honest with you, it was kind of annoying. I mean, it's not something I would expect from the caliber of player that Luxury is.
Yeah.
But you know,
Didn't
more of a
didn't expect that as well. Maybe 1 game, but not 2 in a row.
No, that was a very Icarus Phoenix move, you know.
Well, he didn't overcommit, so.
Yeah. Alright, so this opening, I just want to point out, I noticed from the first 2 games he was going pretty armor heavy. And
no Hellbats, right?
the first wave, yeah, he really wasn't playing the Hellbats. So this time I kind of figured, well, if he's going to go armor heavy this time, I'm going to get some anti-armor, and I guess it kind of worked. But those Hellbats he made, well,
yeah, I think
they're pretty good.
He thought after this full Marine wave, as in the second game, he thought, oh, it's gonna get some Hellbats.
Yeah, I mean, I figure why not? You know, if he's going to be bunker nuking, I might as well just make Marine. Why not?
Get some Hellbats.
This reference I'm talking about here is this is in reference to an ex-girlfriend that he had. She used to we would be on Skype and play, and she used to jump around and play this Just Dance game on the PlayStation. So we were on Skype, it would be so loud, and you'd see her in the background on webcam just hopping around. It was funny, but it was annoying at the same time. So what do you think with the way he's sending waves? Like, from your point of view, notice if you look at the income, he's always off sending his waves. And not that it's a bad thing, but it's kind of syncing up with, it's out of sync with mine, and it's giving him the chance to kind of counter what I'm sending.
Yeah, well,
So what do you think about that? Like, do you think that's a more effective way to play?
I don't think so, because if you get the first wave and then the second in that big of a gap, your first wave might just die pretty hard, and the second wave might as well follow, so it can be good, I think. Especially if you're at your own bunker, then it might be good. But yeah, not if you are in the offensive, I think.
No.
I usually avoid it to have that big of a gap between my sends.
No.
It doesn't feel right.
I can agree there. I mean, I see why he does it, because it continues to put constant pressure on the other player. As in, you know, not only do you have the opportunity to counter their sin, but at the same time, you're kind of nibbling away at that bunker, just taking a few hundred HP off before their units can actually get there. So, you know, I like it. I don't know if I wouldn't say it's a more effective strategy, but I can definitely see the benefits.
Your bunker might take some damage too as well, I think, if you do it wrong.
Right.
If you are big on his back.
Especially if you send a bad wave.
Yeah.
Yeah. And while this game's still, you know, in its opening stages, I just want to give a shout out to all those watching, especially best friend Joe, Cash Money Joe, the big spender, $100 a plate dinner. You know, he's that guy. He's here to show us support. You know, as one of our viewers.
Hello, Joe. And that's Batman dude. Yeah, right.
Yeah, Budman dude. He's one of our melee players.
Yeah. I know him. I think we were on Skype a few times.
He's a really good guy. Wish he'd get into this game, but The schedule's kind of hectic.
He was in Germany, right? In Oktoberfest.
Yeah, he went to Oktoberfest. I think he had a good time.
Yeah, I think so.
He managed to drop text me while he was over there, and I told him, I was like, "Well, do you want me to come give you a ride and pick you up?" But no, I'll be all right, man. You know.
Yeah.
So, anyways, what we're seeing here is we're seeing, I have a standard push. I'll go at 600 income, where I'll spawn lurkers and then follow it up with Stalker Sentry to give it that good, nice buffer of anti-air while being able to clean up the ground.
Yeah.
And then I'll follow up with Banshees at the 800 mark. But it seems like Luxury's figured that out because he started mixing in Vikings with his Banshee Sins, which I really like, and that's really smart.
Oh yeah, I do that too as well sometimes. Not that early though.
Well,
Like
see,
a bit later in the mid
sniped
game
it.
with tanks and Banshees Vikings, played around with that.
Mhm.
It's pretty good, but tanks drew up because they're too slow. Oh,
Definitely seeing a lot more lurker play now. I mean, I've noticed that in general. There's a lot more lurker play going on.
yeah, that's true.
I mean, I guess I think the first player that was really starting to go heavy on him, or really bring him back, I should say, is Kirvin, aka the Swarm.
Oh,
He
yeah.
really kind of brought him back and made him popular again.
Yeah, it's pretty good if you have him together with Banshees. You can't deal with it. It's pretty easy. You need pretty different answers to that. So, yeah.
So right now we're seeing Luxury really put that pressure on. He's going heavy air. He's wanting to keep the fight in the air, and he's wanting to keep control of that fight.
Yeah.
Because generally, when you bust a bunker, you want to watch out for that counter push they're gonna have, to where they can reverse snipe it. And if you can hold them to not being able to get your bunker, it's really going to give you a pretty big advantage going into the mid game. And so far, he's doing a fantastic job of that.
Oh yeah, getting a nice income advantage as well, like 300 income or something like that. Oh no, when did he get his banker? Like 6 minutes or something like that, right?
Yeah, he got it around the 1,000 income mark.
Kinda missed that, but just going for a little void race here.
Oh yeah, like I said, he's really liking this heavy airplay
Yeah.
in the early mid-game stages. I mean, it's strong, it's effective, and you know by doing that you're going to force your opponent to react to it. Because if you leave units like Banshees or Void Rays unchecked,
Oh yeah, void
they're
race.
just going to kill so many things.
Yeah, especially void race. That's pretty hard.
Oh, absolutely. It definitely dictates the pace of the game because you're forcing the opponent to react to it. And by reacting to it, you know that they only have a certain number of options,
Yeah.
to deal with these units. Therefore, you can make a counter to the units that they're using to counter your units. It's a counter of a counter.
A lot of countering going on, yeah, definitely.
Well, he's going to counter your counter with a counter.
With a counter.
Right.
Countering.
A counter. Yeah.
Oh.
It's a counter. It's a counterception.
Yeah,
I like to call it.
I can't handle this. That's too much.
I know, man. It's pretty deep. Blow your mind. Don't think too much into it. That's what happens at the top levels of income wars. Just things, things can get kind of crazy. So Luxury's doing what Luxury's known for. He's really swarming the cannon. He's keeping the pressure up while maintaining a decent economic advantage because he got the bunker first. Which, that's pretty standard out of him. I mean, there aren't many players that can apply the same amount of pressure that he can at this stage of the game. He's definitely one of the best in the world at doing this.
Looks quite good here. Start to fight back, I think.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely, you know, it's tough. Another thing I'd like to point out too, if you look at his patrol patterns, I mean, they're very solid. They're covering a lot of, you know, they're covering the ground, the air. He's got a nice mix and balance of good, like, anti-ground, anti-air units mixed in. I really like that too.
I
He's
don't
got really great.
I don't know that much about this patrol stuff. You know, I don't do that.
Oh
So.
yeah, that's generally something you see out of the older players. I mean, that's
Yeah.
how we all used to play it. And you know, the newer wave players, they're more about the, you know, fast speed selection. So they're a lot faster than the older players are. But one thing I can say, the benefits of patrol spawning as opposed to just jump spawning, is with patrol spawning, you're able, once you set the patrol, you're able to actually keep a better eye on the battlefield. You know what's coming out. And that way you can set up a better counter because you have that extra time to look.
Well, that depends on the player though. Like,
Well, sure.
if
I
you
mean,
get used to it, like I just need like 3 or 4 seconds to spawn my stuff and then I can pay attention to the battlefield. So.
right. Well, I mean, that's the thing though. It's a game of seconds, right? So that little bit of extra time that you know, a patrol player is able to look on the screen, I think it's a good advantage. I'm not saying it's better. I mean, because obviously I'm not perfect. Luxury is not perfect. We all make mistakes, and there are better ways. There's always better ways to do things. So it's just I think it's a preference. Just like certain players hotkey each of their selectors, and their other players don't.
Yeah, that's true. So, I think you both use the same hero combos every 3 games, right? Maybe,
No. Initially, I opened up with Zeratul, Tassadar, and Kerrigan, but what I quickly found out is the hero combo he was running was just better. So in game 2 and 3, I had a secondary hero combo that I worked with Scott to come up with, and it was very effective, but I didn't have much practice with it. But I figured at this point, you know, I was already down a game, so might as well go all out with it.
Oh yeah, that was
Try it out.
Was pretty good in game 2 in the end, where you just kept winning the hero fights, everyone. So that was pretty
Absolutely.
good.
Because one of the benefits of that particular combo is with a player like Luxury, he is predictable in the way he's going to run his abilities. You know, I knew he was going to run Call of Fire because he ran it in the past 2 games. I knew he was going to run it again. So I wanted to kind of take that strength away to where if the units are cloaked by Artanis, he can't see them. So if he can't see them, the flame turrets aren't going to pop up and do damage. And the fact that the hero combo, one of them's air, also helps. So it's kind of weakening the ability selection that he had.
I think he got 1 core time, 1 fire, and 1 energy every game.
Yeah, I really don't like that because in order for Call of Fire to work, you really need to run at least 2 because you just don't get enough turrets and they don't respawn fast enough.
Yeah, well, you get only 3, right? That's not enough.
Right, and then it takes 30 seconds for an additional one.
Yeah.
To respawn.
That's it. Like spawns them.
So here.
Yeah.
Well, here's something I'd like to point out too. Generally, at this stage of the game, Luxury likes to bank up. He likes to send, you know, the infestors and things to buy time while I can bank up and increase his talents. So at this stage of the game, I took that, so I was like, you know, I want to take that away from him, you know, even to the point where I'll trade nuke for nuke, like I just did here. Is as long as you don't let a player like Luxury or even Scott and a few other of the heavy banking players really get that momentum going. You know, if you take that away from them, it really throws a wrench in their play style, and it forces them to become more reactionary, and you know, it puts them in situations they're just not used to being in. And that's what you're seeing happen right here. Is I'm not allowing him to build that massive talent lead and economic advantage that he's used to having.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. So And yeah, your hero combo just getting work done
Yeah, this is a
again.
very potent hero combination.
Have to play around with it as well.
Now, it is
We run-
easily countered if you know how, but I'm not about to tell anyone how to counter it.
Nuclear
But
launch
it's definitely
detected.
easily countered.
I run speed on all of them, right?
Yeah, I really like to keep the Artanis Vortex going because I've figured out a way to use it to my advantage.
Yeah, pretty.
So,
I'm
yeah.
curious.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. A lot of times when that Vortex drops, yeah, your army goes into it. But if you're looking to buy time, then that's what you want to do because then the units are going to stay back in that Vortex area, constantly shooting into it. And that's going to pull them back and allow you to, get more units out.
Oh yeah, might be good.
I mean, yeah, it's a double-edged sword. It can hurt you if
Yeah.
you're at your ramp. If you're at your ramp and you have an Artanis and it's putting your units in it, then yeah, that's a terrible thing. So it's not a hero that you use defensively. He's a hero that you use offensively
That's true.
because he's mainly support and he's very good at it now.
Yeah, that vortex, for example, is pretty good here. Catch
Yeah,
like
once
5
again,
or
you're seeing,
5
yeah,
stones.
you're
Yeah,
seeing the tactic, right? It's rare for me to say this, but Artanis is actually doing what he's supposed to do. So when he is, that's great.
He doesn't
See,
vortex
you
heroes,
notice that
right?
vortex right there. No, he can't vortex the heroes.
If he could, that would be insane. That's pretty good. He
Yeah,
can't.
that'd be a little broken. Excuse me. So at this stage, I should be close to getting that outpost out. Because that's another thing I like to integrate in my playstyle is when I've got him pushed back like this and I've not allowed him to bank up, I'm gonna start really turning the pressure up.
Oh yeah, with an outpost, that's pretty crazy. If he doesn't have one on the side.
Absolutely.
I think Master Vikings is pretty good then.
Mm. Once again, he's in that situation. He had no bank. He's got heroes at his ramp, and Kerrigan's definitely a hero you don't want near your cannon.
Oh yeah, those formlings are
Those
pretty...
lings will kill it so fast.
Oh yeah, I lost more than one game to that. That's not funny.
Yeah, we've all felt that one.
And your outpost is
Yeah,
ready.
there's something unusual. Yeah, another thing I'd like to point out that's kind of unusual in Luxury's End is what he's done with his talents is he's actually bolstering up his units, the extra units, as opposed to his heroes. Now I knew he just got his abilities, but he notice if you'd have saw it, he had 3 into extra units and only 2 into hero speed, and then he put 1 more into it, and then he got his abilities.
Oh.
At least that's what it was showing. See, he's just using this mixture of abilities that I just don't like.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult to keep track of this. Because you can't really see the talent points as observer.
Right. Yeah, you have to just keep it on a player and just kind of hope for the best. You can catch them getting them. So here, there's the heavy air follow-up. Or is
especially the Vikings are pretty
he's
good
in a
with the
bad
outpost.
situation. Absolutely.
Doesn't have a nuke and he should buy one, I think.
Yeah, he definitely. I think it's that time for him to buy one. He's got the shield down.
Oh yeah.
There's
pretty
a
bad.
5k bank. Yeah.
Should get out his heroes. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Did
think
he?
he's definitely gonna have to. He's got his heroes out
Yeah.
now, but
Oh.
he really needs to repair that cannon too.
Oh yeah. That's true.
And once again, that outpost just really giving you that edge, getting those units there quickly.
Yeah. You can't get the second wave out to deal with it, so that's pretty big.
Right.
Could have his
His strategy's
outpost.
really kind of falling apart at this point because he was not able to get that bank up.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, some more Vikings.
Yeah, at this point,
Artanis
he's got
there so
one more
fast.
shield. Yeah. I mean, that is a lot of Vikings.
You can just cheat 3 times in a row, I feel, and just win here.
As Robot would say, here comes the girth. The girth of this push is definitely, it's being felt right now. And as Luxury is finding out, you can't ignore the girth.
Oh yeah,
You
you
simply
can't.
cannot.
Already GG.
And you can see he's in the game ends right there.
Alright.
Nuclear launch detected.